Hi there, welcome to BoxPred. First of all, thank you for watching, thank you for tuning in, it's very much appreciated. And secondly, congratulations to Martin Murray, who earned a draw against Felix Sturm last night. I predicted that Sturm would stop Martin Murray, and I was obviously wrong. So well done to Martin Murray for holding his own and getting that draw. I'm going to try and do 3 videos today regarding the fights that are happening this evening. I haven't had a lot of time to do videos lately, so I'm trying to sort of fit them in while I have this short space of time. It's going to be 3 videos, and I'm going to be doing 2 fights for each video, and the predictions will be rather brief for most of the fights. For this video, the first fight I'm looking at is Alexander Povetkin going up against Cedric Boswell. Now this is the WBA World Heavyweight title, which Povetkin currently has, and my prediction for this fight is a victory by decision for Alexander Povetkin. On the face of it, this is quite a tricky fight because Cedric Boswell has only ever lost once, I believe, and that was by a TKO in the 10th round back in, I think it was 2003, something like that. So he, has only lost once, which was a while ago, and he was stopped, but it was later on in the fight. So you would judge by that he has, some sort of punch resistance there, some sort of durability, and that he's won all of his other fights, so there must be something quite a lot there. And when you look at Boswell, the main points for me in this fight that he needs to use to his advantage are his speed. He's always been known to have great speed for heavyweight. Some people even say he has the speed of the sort of super middleweight, light heavyweight, that type of weight, type speed. And also he's known to have a decent jab. He needs to employ both of those in this fight. I don't think he usually, like the fights I've seen him, does jab justice, but I think in this fight he's going to have to be working on it and make sure that he uses it. Another point to make though, however, is there's 2 points that go against this. Cedric Boswell, he's 42, which obviously he's quite rather old now. That's quite old for a boxer, and he's never really, you would think a guy who started his career around 1994 and he's now 42 would have met with some big fights and big success, but he hasn't really, and he hasn't really fought really good caliber of opposition. He recently fought Oliver McCall and beat him, and then Kurtz and Manswell in his last fight. He has a decent knockout percentage. He has a rather good knockout percentage. I think it's around 72%, and so he must have some sort of power there. Now these are the aspects that are going to make it tricky for Povetkin. Povetkin needs to be very careful. They do match Povetkin very well. He's technically rather sound boxer, and they've really taken their time with him because he's 32 and he's had some sort of, I would say, call a lackluster career. I know he's in a weak heavyweight division over the past few years, but he hasn't really fought big fights. He's not overly well known heavyweight champion, and he's 32. I thought he was a lot younger. The career he's had, I thought he was a youngster. But 32 is not the oldest in boxing terms, but still, it's older than I thought he was. But I think this fight is going to basically come down to youth and technical superiority on the part of Povetkin. I think Povetkin is going to neutralise what Cedric Boswell has to bring to the table. I think he's going to be able to neutralise Boswell's speed. He may struggle with it early on, but I think as the rhythm of the fight goes on, I think Povetkin's going to be able to use his movement and his technical ability to neutralise Cedric Boswell's advantages. And I think he may make Boswell look as old as he is, but by no means, should you write Boswell off. He's probably going to be looking at this like, a big chance now, because he's obviously aged and he's getting a chance at the world title here. So yeah, I'm going to go for Povetkin by decision in this one, and I think he's going to come down to just plain and simple, no ifs ifs or buts about it. I think he's going to be the better boxer in there. And maybe after some early scares, he's going to pull through a decision victory. The reason I think it's decision is because Boswell, as I've mentioned, is probably quite durable, and Povetkin has not shown the greatest power against the top, at this level. And he has a decent, okay knockout percentage, but in recent fights, I think he's shown a bit more of less power, more endurance. So I'm going for Povetkin in this fight to beat Cedric Boswell by decision. The second fight I want to look at is another heavyweight fight. It's between Helenius and Dereck Chisora in the UK. This is for the European heavyweight title and the WBA and WBO intercontinental heavyweight titles. I think that although this is a close fight and quite a hard one for me to call, for reasons I will now explain, I do think that Helenius is going to win by a decision. It might be a close decision, but he's going to win, I think, by decision. Helenius obviously has the height and reach advantage, much like Tyson Fury did against Dereck Chisora, but therefore comparisons are being made between the two fights. Now, Dereck Chisora, not to put him on a pedestal or anything, but someone who I think he models himself on, you can tell by the way he fights, is the late great Joe Frazier. The way that he moves in the ring, the bobbing, the sort of trying to lose the timing of his opponent, trying to be difficult to time, getting on the inside, trying to swing him quite wildly. Now obviously if Helenius was going up against Joe Frazier tonight, I wouldn't be giving Helenius much chance. However, Dereck Chisora, it depends how he comes into this fight. When he came in against Tyson Fury, he looked overweight, and he needs to really start taking things more seriously and getting the weight down. Obviously wants to carry enough weight, but he doesn't want to be enough that it's going to affect his stamina and his endurance throughout the rounds. Because what I think with Dereck Chisora is, when he comes up against higher level heavyweight opposition, he can't get the guys out there as early as he used to when he was against more domestic type of opposition. So then he's having to go to the 9th, 10th round before he's trying to stop guys. Against the top domestic opposition, Sam Sexton, he had to go a distance. He had to go quite further into the fight to get that stoppage. It takes him more time to wear his opponent down. I think that if Chisora comes in good shape, there's no reason why he can't beat Helenius in this one. He can even stop Helenius. He can cause Helenius all sorts of problems. He has the type of style that causes guys who are a bit slow and cumbersome, but are tall and rangy. He can cause them problems. For Helenius in this one, his jab is going to be key. He has to keep that jab out there consistently. He has to keep Dereck Chisora away from him. Chisora, what he likes to do is he likes to move in, push his way in with his guard up, and then quickly swing, particularly with the overhand right. That's something he needs to employ in this fight. If he can sort of slip that jab, get in under, and unload every which way he can, then I think Chisora has a very good chance of winning this fight. If he's in good shape, he doesn't even have to stop Helenius. If he keeps Helenius in trouble on the inside like that, if he's able to slip the jab and move inside, use his head movement and use movement, can keep that tempo up for the majority of the fight, at least, then I think that Dereck Chisora could win a decision in this fight. However, I think Helenius is going to neutralise him a bit better. He's going to be able to, his jab's going to be a bit more dominant than that. I think he's going to, if Dereck Chisora comes in a bit uncovered, he might catch Chisora and he'll definitely let Chisora know his power. And we know that Helenius has, all heavyweights have power, but Helenius has some good power there. So all in all, it was difficult for me to predict because I'm not sure which Dereck Chisora we're going to see. But if he's on top form, Helenius is in trouble, believe me. And I think Dereck Chisora has every chance of winning this fight. Helenius is not by far unbeatable for Dereck Chisora. He has flaws which Chisora's style can expose. But I just think that, I'm hoping he does it, but I think that Helenius is going to get the decision in this one. I think Chisora might gas out Helenius might start taking over the fight, and even if it's close, I think Helenius could get the the majority decision, whatever you want to call it. I think he's going to get the nod. This video is going to end here. So they are my thoughts on those fights. I hope you find them helpful, and they spark some comments from yourselves. Please let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching as always. Please subscribe if you do like my channel. This is BoxPred, and I'm out.